कबीर मरता मरता जग मुआ, मर भी न जाने कोई, ऐसी मरनी जो मरा, बाहर ना मरना हुई। जाओ तो प्रेम खेलन का चाओ, सिर तर तरी गली मेरी आओ, इत मार्ग पैर तरीजा, सिर दीजा कान ना कीजा, सिर दीजा कान ना कीजा। वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह. So we bring you the second in the series of short Sakhiyan on the Sikh youth platforms across social media, and this episode is going to focus on the Shaheedi, the Mahan Shaheedi, the great sacrifice of Bhai Taru Singh. And this is a Sakhi many of us would have heard or possibly seen pictures of as we've grown up or as we are growing up. And we're going to reflect on this Mahan Shaheedi of Bhai Taru Singh. So Bhai Taru Singh was born in Pula village in Majha in 1720. His mother's name was Mata Taram and his father's name was Bhai Jodh Singh. And if we just look to the names of his mother and father, Taram meaning faith or righteousness, and Jodh meaning Jodha or warrior, from his names, from the names of Bhai Taru Singh's parents, we can describe in those two words encompasses all of Bhai Taru Singh's life, his Jeevan. He was a Tarmi Jodha. He was a fighter, a warrior of righteousness. And he became and he attained Shaheedi as a Tarmi Jodha, but he never actually fought in battle. And that is what we will reflect on today. Bhai Taru Singh, born in 1720, at this time, this was just after the times of Sri Guru Gobind Singh Sahib Ji. And at that time, the Sikhs, the Khalsa, were fighting against oppression by the Mughals, and the Khalsa had retreated out into the jungles because there was a price on the heads of the Sikhs, and they were having to survive by living in the jungles. The Sikhs that were left in the villages were very much kind of Udasi style Sikhs. They weren't the warrior type of Sikhs, and the warriors were out in the jungles. And round about by Taru Singh's Pend, Bula Pend, Bhai Taru Singh and his sister Tar Kaur, or Taru as it also comes in some historians have written, they would go out and they would help the warriors of the Sikhs. And Zakaria Khan, who was the emperor at the time, had asked his people that these Sikhs, they're so small in numbers, I'm not allowing them to farm, I'm not allowing them to trade, I'm not allowing them to do anything to be able to get money to survive on a daily basis. They're living out in the jungles, they sleep on their horses, how are they surviving? And one of his Ahlkars, one of his workers, one of his close people said to him that these Sikhs are surviving because they have got those kind of people in their Qawm who will go hungry for days, but they will make sure that the Jodhe, the warriors, are fed so they can keep fighting. They can stay on that path of Dharam Judh and that fight for righteousness that Sri Guru Gobind Singh Sahib Ji sent his 4 children to Shaheedi for, that Sri Guru Gobind Singh Sahib Ji gave his whole family for, that these Jodhe will go out and they will feed the warriors that are fighting in battle. They are also Tarbi Jodhe, the ones that are doing the Langar Di Seva that Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Ji started. So on hearing this, Zakaria Khan thought that the only way I can stop the Khalsa from becoming prominent and fighting back from the jungles is get rid of their source of food and nutrition. And that was the Khalsa who were taking out langar to them. So he tried to stop the Langar Di Seva that was going on. And he got a report that in Pudla Pend, Bhai Taru Singh and his sister are going out and they are feeding the Khalsa, maybe going hungry for days themselves, but ensuring that the warriors have got Prashadda Pani, they've got the energy and the resources required so they can go and fight against the Mughals. Bhai Taru Singh and his sister get arrested. The villagers pay for the release of his sister, but Bhai Taru Singh said that he is not going to come to any een, he's not going to man the een of the Mughals, he is not going to surrender himself. Bhai Taru Singh then is taken in front of Zakaria Khan. Zakaria Khan says to Bhai Taru Singh that you are showing the qualities of a great warrior here. You are staying in your faith, that dharam that you have attained through your mother and your mother's name of dharam, of righteousness, of faith. you are not letting that go. You are showing the qualities of a Jodha, just like his father's name, Jodh Singh, and you are not giving your faith up. That why don't you become a Mughal? You will be great within our Mughal empire. We will give you a big Ogda. We will make you a high ranking person within our empire. And Bhai Taru Singh says no, because he said, I daily do an ardas, which the whole Sikh Jagat do, that meri Sikhi kesa swasa nal nib jave, that my Sikhi, my faith of Sikhi, that can stay with me, with my gaze, all the way through to my last breaths. And that is an ardas that the whole Sikh world does every day. And then Bhai Taru Singh was told that if that is what you're saying, if your gaze are that, if they mean that much to you, then Zakaria Khan said, cut his gaze off and we will take his gaze away from him. We will take his gaze away from him and then see how much of his Sikhi is left. And Bhai Taru Singh then sat there meditating upon the great Akal Purkh Waheguru, Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji, Guru Gobind Singh Sahib Ji, and he continues his ardas that his Sikhi can be kept with his gaze. May he never cut his gaze. And Zakaria Khan got his people to try and cut the gaze of Bhai Taru Singh, but they weren't able to cut the gaze because his gaze felt like, and in history is written like, they felt like they turned to iron and the scissors could not cut them. And then eventually Bhai Taru Singh's khopri, their scalp, was taken off. And Bhai Taru Singh, being a true Gursikh, and Gurbani tells us, Prabh ji basas had ki rasana, that Akal Purkh Waheguru resides on the tongue of those people who are one with Akal Purkh Waheguru, those that have saded their mind, those that have completely joined their mind to Akal Purkh Waheguru, that Akal Purkh Waheguru himself resides on their tongue. And Bhai Taru Singh did a bhajan that Zakaria Khan, you will die before me and you will die from getting juttiyan from my jode, from my shoes. And Bhai Taru Singh's khopri is taken off. They have been fully scalped, but they continue to live. Because Satguru Sahib Ji is that Guru, that mirtak ko payo tan sasa, that they can get a dead person and put them alive. Satguru mera maar jiwal, that the Guru can get someone, kill them and bring them back to life. They have Sarvakala Samrat. So Bhai Taru Singh's khopri has been taken off. He refused to cut his gaze. And at that time Zakaria Khan turns ill and he's not able to urinate anymore. He's got great pain and he's seeking doctors and different people within the empire. And eventually Asyana Maulvi says to him that the only way that you are going to be relieved from the pain is if you follow the bhajan of Bhai Taru Singh, which is we have to get Bhai Taru Singh's jutti and hit it in your head. And for 21 days, the only way that Zakaria Khan could be relieved of that pain for short periods was by getting the jutti of Bhai Taru Singh's jutti hit in his head. And he kept that happen for 21 days. Bhai Taru Singh lived without a khopri, but he didn't cut his gaze. Zakaria Khan then got sent to Nark, and Bhai Taru Singh went and joined with his forefathers in the gold of Akal Purkh Waheguru and took his place up in Sachkhand. That is the Mahan Ustat, the Mahan Virsa of our gaze. And when or why do we have these gaze? If we look back in history, the gaze weren't given to us as a thing that we keep from Guru Gobind Singh Ji's times. This goes back to Guru Nanak Dev Ji's. So if in this modern day we think that it's okay because we should be modern and it's okay if we cut our gaze we were told to keep our gaze from the time of Guru Nanak Dev Ji. If we look at the Sakhi of when Sri Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Ji meets Bhai Mardana Ji for the first time, his parvar, his ristedar call him Marjana, and Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Ji says, why are you calling this young child Marjana? And they said that he's had many brothers before him and they all end up dying of Bamariya. He too will die. So what's the point in kind of hoping that he's going to live? Sri Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Ji says, keep his gaze and he will be fine. Bhai Mardana Ji, Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Ji changes their name from Marjana to Mardana. And Bhai Mardana Ji keeps his gaze and spend their whole life. They were born into a Muslim family. They spent their whole life with Sri Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Ji doing the seva. And as Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Ji travelled to Tar the Dunya to liberate the world, Bhai Mardana ji was with them. If we look through them, Sri Guru Gobind Singh Sahib ji has wrote that cutting our case is one of the Bajjar Karahats, one of the things that a Sikh should fully refrain from, that you should not cut any of your case. So again, if we sometimes, to please the dunya, think that it's okay, that we should become modern, that times have changed, Sikhi is eternal. Guru da Upadesh is eternal. It is for all times, for previous times, for the present, and for the future. Is in every time, Guru's Upadesh is true. So we should follow the Guru's Upadesh. And one of those Upadesh is that we keep our case. And I'm not saying this because I've got my case and I judge and feel I'm better than anyone. I'm not. But if you want the truth of the Guru's Upadesh, that is that we should keep our case. Our case is Mahan. Case is seen as Guru di More, the stamp of the Guru. If you have a coin and that coin doesn't have the More, for example, a pound coin, if that doesn't have the stamp, the More of the Queen's head on it, it's worth nothing. In the same way, Case is the More of the Guru. It is the Nishani that we are Sri Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Ji's Gursikhs. When Sri Guru Gobind Singh Sahib Ji said that out of hundreds of thousands, you will be able to see one Gursikh, that is from our case, from our outward appearance. So that is important. It always has been, it is now, and it always will be. So we need to make sure that if we feel for the fashion presti of the dunya that we should cut our case so we look good, that is not the case. A Gursikh is Andro Nirmal and Baro me and Nirmal because we keep our case, we have that outward appearance. Our case is also one of our kakar, and our case helps us to fight against one of the Panj Vikar, which is Hankar. It is only through someone's ego that they will think that they are cleverer than the Guru that we don't need to keep our case as a Gursikh. We must keep our case as a Gursikh, and that will help us to fight our Hankar, because we will accept what Guruji gives us as a Daat, and that is our case. In Gurbani, where it says Gurmukh Rom Harte Ave, that when Gursikh reaches that avastha, with each case, with each Rom, with each hair on their body, they recite the name of Vaheguru. Our case is Mahan, and if we look to the Sakhi of Bhai Taru Singh, they gave their life, but they did not give up their case. They were a Mahan Dharmi Joda, and there's lots of Gursikhs to the present times where there have been attempts to take their Sikhi via their case, but they have stayed true to their ardas that we all do daily, that Sikhi kesa swasa nal nib jave. So ehi ardas hai that we all realise that our case are so Mahan. And Satguru Sahib Ji in Gurbani describes, when they are describing Akal Purkh Vaheguru, that they describe that Akal Purkh Vaheguru in their Sargun form have these long case. If we look to our Ratname, Sri Guru Gobind Singh Sahib Ji has said bachan, very sakt bachan, that Sabat Surat Rabdi Panne Beiman Dargah Toi Naam Le Kafir Kutta Satan. Guru Gobind Singh Sahib Ji said that if that person in ego comes and thinks they can ruin the Sabat Surat of their case, of their natural appearance, and they think that that is clever, Guru Gobind Singh Sahib Ji has used very sakt bachan for them. And we can all understand those that have said, and that's Guru Sahib's bachan, not mine. Again, I'm not saying this out of hankar to anyone, but we need to learn our virsa. Sikhs have always been known to get their strength from their case. That if you want to take a Gursikh Sikhi away, take his case away. Pyareo, let's not go into barber shops or wherever else we may go and give our own Sikhi away. Our own Sikhi that Sri Guru Gobind Singh Sahib Ji gave their Char Sahibjade for. They gave their whole family, their whole Sarbans, Pua de Put, Mamme de Put, their mother, their father. And what asthan did they make that bachan? At what place did Guru Gobind Singh Sahib Ji said that for this Sikhi I will give my everything? It was at Takht Sri Kes Garh Sahib. And at that asthan, Sri Guru Gobind Singh Sahib Ji has told us, the Garh of Kes Garh Sahib, that we should keep our case as Guru Ke Sikh. So on reflecting upon the Sakhi of Bhai Taru Singh and reflecting upon case, and we may do a separate video on case in a different series, but just during this Shaheedi Sakhi series, we reflect upon Tan Bhai Taru Singh, who gave his khopri, he gave his life, but he didn't give his Sikhi by cutting his case. I would have made many mistakes, please forgive me, and through this, sharing this, it's just sharing our history, and hopefully I can learn from it, and I ask you to do ardas that I can fulfill my Sikhi ke saswasanal. Vaheguru ji ka khalsa, Vaheguru ji ki fateh.